How them boy you find me in a them body? When me I try to take over them body. Because remember the virus is a spy, you know. So the virus in my body now, I'm come so boom, 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 bust 2 shots off and him get shot in him side. When him a bleed out, some of them transfer to Stacy body and weak out, you know.
Right now you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable, that mean them can't stop ya. Unstoppable, so now we are trained.
Damion Crawford finally speak out on this whole vaccine situation. The man make sure start it off by saying he is not telling persons to take it and he is not telling persons not to take it. Rather, why Mado, he might try to tell persons to get your own information, gather the correct information and do your own research. And from that, you can make your own decision on whether you want to or whether you don't want to. But one thing where Damion Crawford said that I personally agree with, the man say people not trust politicians. So politicians should not be the persons trying to convince people to take this vaccine. The man said that are one of the worst things ever. Well, he never says so, me I put the piece there in there, right? But basically, he must say they should not be the face on the vaccine. And him include himself too, because him say he is a politician and he might talk about himself, right? He must say him not feel like, you know, him never run go take a picture of himself taking the vaccine because him not feel like persons should make a decision based on the fact that them see Andrew Wellness take a picture getting the vaccine or them see Damion Crawford do a video getting the vaccine, so they are going to make their decision based on that. Him say him not feel like that is the correct way to go, right? Now people, we are going to jump in and we are going to take a listen to what Damion Crawford has to say. So let's sit back, relax, and take in the information what Senator Crawford is giving out right here.
I'm going on everything, you know. Now I'm going on everything with us discuss the vaccine, yeah? But make it clear, not an expert, you see me? So it's just my opinions may I share based on research that I have done and information and questions that I've asked. And I give you the answers that I've gotten because I see a video going around with my photo. The video is suggesting some things and that video was not of me. That wasn't my voice. And if you really listen to it, you hear it's not really my voice, you know. I'm not telling you if to take it, I'm not telling you if to not take it. I'm simply saying, yo, listen, this is how I got to my opinion and these are the information that I've gotten because unana eat that, unana don't. And you can take information and then say, okay, me agree, me disagree, me move forward. You understand me, I say? So, yeah, I'm telling you what my research, how me research it, and what it tell me, and by extension, what I am doing. You understand? You're going to have some people who are pro-vaccine. You're going to have some people who are, quote-unquote, anti-vaccine. And you're going to have some political people for the PNP or the JLP or the UIC. And then you're going to have some people just look information. Some people are going to be upset with my positions, but they are my positions. There's nothing that suggests that you have to listen to my position. And then now some people are glad because they agree. This is my first conversation as it relates to the vaccine. I'm going to tell you why. I cannot understand how an activity that is depending on trust, depending on knowledge, is being led by the people who are least trusted in the society. So I cannot figure out why it is that the politicians are the ones who are the front and the face of telling people to take the vaccine, when politicians are the least trusted people in our society. And it will take a level of trust for people to take the vaccine. And when I say politician, I not exclude myself because I am a politician. And so therefore, I was not jumping up to just take a picture or to come out and say I take the vaccine, because why should somebody take the vaccine simply because Andrew Holness take the vaccine? Or why should somebody take the vaccine because Damion Crawford take the vaccine after an follow fashion monkey can't do a thing? Why would they take the vaccine just because Mark Bolin take the vaccine? Because when I look at the most recent survey about trusting politicians, only 8% of people say them trust politicians. And when you add up the two political parties in the last election, less than 40% of people who were nominated even turned out to vote. So when I say that, who should I really be talking about taking the vaccine? I never think, and I still don't think, that the politician should be the forefront of it. And so therefore, me never jump in and say, yo, me I go talk about it and think, because I'm not an expert. And people never have confidence in me or in us, politicians, for two things. One, some of us don't trust us. And two, some of us, they don't have any confidence in our capacity as a person who is not an expert. So, when I even see today, Cartel come and say, yo, I don't know if it's Cartel, but I hear a Cartel say, him will take the vaccine. And then for some reason, Christopher jump on it and say, yes, he will allow Cartel. I don't understand this allow thing, but that don't benefit Cartel's effort to say people should encourage people to take the vaccine. Because once Christopher go jump on it, people might start questioning Cartel to say, why is he doing it? Is it because he want to come out of jail or whatever? So if Cartel say, yo, him believe in the vaccine, you should have just allow Cartel to go talk. And then whatever influence Cartel have would have been carried over to those people who he can influence. But now that you go put yourself in at the middle light, you lead people to start questioning and to transfer your distrust to Cartel. You understand where I come from? So it coming like say, yo, your brethren I come to you and say, yo, make we go do something. And then your enemy are going to come out and say, me send a brethren come to you. You have to start pre your brethren. It is self-marketing. But it is not marketing the outcome. Because the outcome need independent contributors, independent influencers. So if Christopher can influence 10 people and me can influence 10 people, right? We just got influence our 10 and leave Cartel and the other people to influence their people. You understand what I say? So to that extent, I never thought that the politicians should be the ones at the forefront of promoting it. And I think them did that disrespect the people by simply taking a picture and putting on, or just putting a tweet, take the vaccine, I take the vaccine, this, that. See? That's the first thing. The second thing is, you have a set of people who are what I call vaccine Gustapos. You know what a Gestapo? They were the Nazi army. And you have some people, because they are taking the vaccine and they believe in the vaccine, they want to ridicule everybody else who don't currently believe in the vaccine. So the Gustapos now somehow have convinced themselves that to feel good about themselves, they must ridicule and belittle everybody who don't currently agree with them. And they're putting forward some very basic arguments that even when you seek to engage them can defend how basic their arguments are. Now let me say something to those people who are afraid. Let me say you're vaccine hesitant, and some people call you anti-vaxxers. There's nothing wrong with perceiving risk. Risk is natural and risk is human. So there is nothing wrong with perceiving risk. Do not feel embarrassed by saying, I want more information. Because more information simply means that you want to reduce risk. I'll simply explain to you. Knowledge and risk are inversely related. that really means that when knowledge goes up, risk goes down. And when knowledge goes down, risk goes up. So if you perceive great risk, you are going to naturally demand greater knowledge. It is because knowledge and risk act in opposite ways why we're afraid of a dark road. When the road have light, we're less afraid of the road because the light provides more information, more knowledge. And the darkness provides less information, less knowledge. So therefore, when you are out there asking for knowledge, don't make people ridicule you and say that you are a fool or you're an idiot, or them use some little stupid argument to say you don't know what is in KFC. That's the worst thing I've heard. Like, you don't know what is in KFC, but you want to know what is in the vaccine. All right. That might be true, but there's a reason. KFC chicken and Cheez-Its and Bag Juice has had the benefit of time. Over time, we have recognized 30, 40, 50 years that KFC have very little direct negative impact that we are unwilling to take. Now notice me say, very little negative impact that we are unwilling to take. Because some people will come and say, KFC make you fat, KFC make you this, make you that. We have accepted in our mind that we are willing to take those negatives. However, the COVID-19 vaccine has unfortunately not had the benefit of time. And so therefore it will have a higher risk perception because we have not accumulated knowledge that whatever it is that is in it is not going to have negative effects over time. It is the same thing with other vaccines. Now, if it is that a man says he doesn't want COVID-19 vaccine, how does that make him an anti-vaxxer? Because if I say I don't eat pork, does that make me an anti-meater? Because I eat other meat. I eat beef, I eat curry goat, I eat chicken, but I don't eat pork. So therefore, how is it that a person can say automatically that if you are not for the COVID vaccine, you are an anti-vaxxer, or if you were in a position to have taken other vaccines, then every vaccine is the same? That is not true. Every vaccine cannot necessarily be the same. So therefore, you have a looking at it and say, okay, over time, and me never did at this age, and me never had the ability to question it, and there was not so much misinformation, and so therefore I am not going to take it. I never had that opportunity. So all may I say to the people who are worried and the people who are questioning, there is no shame in questioning and in perceiving risk. There is no shame. See? I myself perceive and perceived risk. It's natural and it is human. I asked myself quite a few questions and I engaged all my friends. I asked myself many questions and I asked my friends many questions. And I started to seek information by doing more and more research. But because of the whole heap of information that exists counter to each other, and misinformation and false information, there was one set of people who put out a research about the vaccine that they had to retract the research because it was proven that they lied on the research. And then there's another man that said this, and there's a man that create thing, and people create false videos with me and other people. So I start wonder what other false things is created with other people's name and stuff like that. I looked at who is pushing it, who is not pushing it, understand the profit motive and people trying to make money, what that means. And I had those issues. Mathematically, I was saying, yo, if only 1% of people are dead, why them I try to give everybody? And then I became tired. I became very tired of yeah man, I start black people now. Anybody when I really contribute to my life, I just block them right now. So I start to say, yo, this I get to my nerves. I'm start get worried for you Jamaican people, because remember, I have an advantage of being a researcher. I'm trained in research. And if me I do the research and me I get so confused and so tired of it, how is it that me I go come to a conclusion, and how you, when I really trained in a research, I go come in a conclusion? So I make the decision, yo, listen, I don't know enough to encourage or discourage people, see, at that time. So the next thing we do now is to say, yo, okay, I am going to first find people that I trust, that have the information, and then based on that trust, believe what they tell me, because I never studied that. I don't have enough information about that, and so much lies out there that I am not able to go and study it, because I might have been studying the lies. So I say, all right, I'm going to find people who I trust. And then I go ask them what them think. The first person that I went to, that I trust, is my personal doctor. I call him name, Dr. Hamlet Nation. Why I trust my personal doctor? I conclude that I trust my personal doctor because at the end of the day, he has recommended many medicines to me before, and I never questioned those medicines. Not that I should not have, I just did not. So I go to my doctor and I say, yo, doc, Hamlet, what you say? Yo, now this doctor has been my doctor for about 8 years. This doctor contribute even when me a run election. This doctor come on my place and eat food. This doctor and me a friend. So the trust that I have is not only because he's a doctor, but also trust him because he's my brethren. So the doctor say, yo, take the vaccine. See? Now remember me tell you, say, yo, he's a brethren. Me not have the information, so I just say, let me find who I trust. I say, take the vaccine. I say, all right, that you say? I'm going to look for another person who I trust. And this person now has been going viral around the society. This is a brother named Raman R. Scott. If you don't see it yet, I want to go in a Google or go in a Facebook and go and view Raman R. Scott. So, Raman R. Scott and me a friend from UWI days. Me and him go school together. He live on Taylor Hall with me. We did on track team together. We did on the guild together. There's a man who campaigned for me for guild president. So I met span it and say, yo, Raman is not a person I perceive to be a liar. Raman is a youth who me personally trust. So I'm not telling you nothing. I say, only for find people who don't trust. If you don't trust me, thank God. I trust Hamlet and I trust Raman R. Scott. So I say, Raman, I didn't get to talk to him, but I saw this video. So I made the video now and I say, would Raman answer the questions that I have? And when he answers them, are they logical in my mind? And so Raman R. Scott, R-A-M-O-N-A-R-S-C-O-T. See? So when I watch the thing now, see, I'm going to repeat now for that what him said and also break it down some more for myself. Watch me now. Question 1. Does COVID exist? Some people say COVID don't exist. But understand, say, what them really say is that COVID is not natural. Like them feel say COVID is man-made. But whether it is man-made or God-made, natural or man-made, it exists. So sometimes we use a word incorrectly and people now take that word and discredit us because we say it not exists, but it exists. It is clear that it exists. We see people go to hospital, we see people are dead, we see those things. So COVID exists. Whether it is a mechanical shark or it is a natural shark, it will bite you. So if I see shark in the water, I am not going to take any time to go figure out, yo, this is a machine shark, or yo, this is a real shark. The shark will bite you. So therefore, COVID exists and it will bite you. It is a biting shark. It might be a man-made iron shark. It might be a God-made great white shark. Me nah take no time to go and figure that out. Shark is in the water. So we come so now, boom, and we say, all right, shark is in the water. See, so we established that. We also have established that governments don't really love you as the people. That is one of the things we lead to be misunderstanding what is going on. The government not necessarily care if you're sick. The government not necessarily care if you're dead. I not understand about Andrew, right? I talk about generally how I see governments operate in my 40 years. Governments care if you are in what they perceive to be a nuisance. Government care if you're a nuisance. So I hear people say, but people dead for hungry. The people that are dead for hungry has not created a nuisance to government. People that get shot every day, the people that get shot have not created a nuisance to government. But people have diabetes, the people who have diabetes have not created a nuisance to government. But COVID have created a nuisance to government. So government really not out of love for you or love for me or love for people trying to make people stop dead or people stop sick. Otherwise you would have been correct that they should have been focusing on all the sick and all the dead. What government are focused on is, how can I stop this nuisance? You understand? What they perceive to be a nuisance. What are the things where they perceive to be a nuisance? One, the hospital is being overcrowded. So that is a nuisance. Hungry people don't overcrowd hospitals. So starvation does not create overcrowding of hospital as a nuisance. I want to understand, I break it down for you, because I know what I want, I see what I want. Diabetes don't create hospital overcrowding as a nuisance. Remember, government facilitate them thing. Gunshot, the majority of murders happen on the road. Him dead before him even reach. So accident and emergency might have vexed over it, but it's not a sufficient nuisance. Now, whenever you discuss things, see, I want to look on a thing called a vector. I like to discuss problems like a vector. A vector have a direction and a distance. So therefore, gunshot might create a nuisance, that is the direction, but it don't create a big nuisance. That's the distance, that's the magnitude. So COVID is greater than crime to government in their concern meter, because government care about nuisance. So for one, COVID has created a full hospital. So government care more about COVID than starvation, than diabetes, than AIDS, than cancer, than all the things we hear people are talking about, because those things are not a nuisance and they just don't necessarily love you. They don't know you, they don't interact with you, and some of them are wicked. Generally, them are wicked. So therefore, the reason why government more concerned about COVID is the nuisance. The second thing is, COVID has locked down economies. So COVID is costing the government money. That is a nuisance. Now, remember, the government wanting taxes. They want to wrap up some, but they also want to do things to make them things look good. As a party, as a government, for win back. So what happened now is that Starvation don't lock down countries and cause government taxes. Diabetes don't lock down countries and cause government taxes. And everybody, like what I say now. See? Because some people don't want to talk straight, right? Starvation don't reduce taxes. AIDS don't lock down countries, lock down tourism, lock down flight, and reduce taxes. So therefore, the reason why government is more concerned about COVID than other things that cause maybe equal sickness and equal death is that it causes a nuisance. The biggest nuisance that COVID caused to people who are decision makers. So I don't want to turn a political conversation. So therefore I'm going to say people who are decision makers. The biggest nuisance that COVID caused to people who are decision makers is that it may affect them. So therefore they have a equal risk or a high risk of being affected by your circumstance, your situation. Now, if you look at all the other things, that is not true. If you have diabetes, the decision maker, the prime minister, the minister of health, and those people, they cannot be affected directly by you having diabetes. If you have high blood pressure, they cannot be directly affected and unlikely. If you have cancer, they're unlikely to be directly affected. If you're starving, they're unlikely to be directly affected. So around the world now, governments start to now perceive personal risk, decision makers. And so because them are perceive personal risk, these decision makers now start to say, yo, this thing need to solve it, need to solve. So the question of why they're not solving other things is because those other things has not created a clear nuisance to them. I want to understand where I come from, because these are questions that we are asked. See? So then now, I come to boom and watch. So the first thing what we establish is that COVID exists. The second thing what we establish is why COVID is being treated differently than other illnesses, because COVID is more than an illness. COVID is a governmental nuisance, and governments seek to get rid of nuisances. You understand what I say? Cool. So now, we're going to look on this COVID thing now. Some people have asked, and I used to wonder, how this medicine comes so quick. See? How this medicine comes so quick. Remember, Mr. Man, if me talk to a pro-vaxxer, I was the devil's advocate. If me talk to an anti-vaxxer, I was the devil's advocate. Come here, try get the fullness and the knowledge for my own self and my family and my friends. So I come to now and say, all right, how them reach to this vaccine so quick? Enough people must have wondered that. Because, this COVID that just come, the first time I hear about it was 2019, I think it was. And then now by 2020 March, it reached Jamaica. And then me hear say vaccine ready. And how they not have vaccine for other things. Me hear people have said that. How they not have no vaccine for this, or vaccine for that, or vaccine for other things. If everybody look for something, it must find quicker than if few people look for something. I was reading the other day, I don't know how I have to start questioning the things when I read. Them say more money going to researching erectile dysfunction than child diabetes. You hear what I say? They say, because me don't know if as a fact, I start distrust a whole heap of things, that there is more funding and more researchers going into focusing on if you can make a man penis when now stand up, re-stand up, than child diabetes. The fact that COVID affected the entire world. Remember, you have some bad things out there like Ebola where affect Africa mostly. You have some things like SARS where come before where affect China mostly. And then now, because over time, the world becomes so interconnected and trade and movement and no more Cold War and everything, COVID affect the entire world. So if every scientist I look for this, then me assume so them are going to find it quicker than if few scientists I look for it. So if every scientist starts so, yo, we need to find something for help diabetes, it will go find quicker than current when a few scientists are trying to stop diabetes. If every scientist say, yo, we need to find something where I go stop AIDS, it will go find quicker than if few scientists has tried to stop AIDS. So therefore, there was a period of time where China tried finding, India tried finding, Russia, America, Cuba. See, I show us a Jamaica kind of what list, because we never even over here try to find it. We just have wait for beg people. See? And so therefore, the timing of it are going to be faster than if less people were trying to find it. Now, also remember, some of the richest men in the world lose money, so man put money in solving their money problem through finding a solution for the COVID. You see what I say? So therefore, the whole thing now comes up boom now, where I think that the quickness of it is based on the number of scientists were involved, the number of money were involved, and the emergency of the situation based on the impact where it have. You see what I say? So therefore, when you hear a man say like emergency use, emergency is one step away from crisis. Crisis is when your next action must be right or your impact will be devastating. So that's when a man say I'm in a crisis. Sometimes Jamaica people, everything we say we're in a crisis. You might in an emergency or in a tight spot, but a crisis is when the next step must be correct or your negatives would be great, devastating. See? So the whole world now comes a boom and I look for this vaccine. Vaccine technology is not new. Even though COVID vaccine might be new, but there's a base technology for vaccine when not new, even though this particular virus might be new. So therefore, the speed in which you get, all right, look how quick cell phone are come out. Every minute a new phone, every minute a new phone. Those cell phones, there was a long time where we have to go and work with the house phone, work with the house phone, work with the house phone, till technology reached to the point where it could have make a big brick phone. Till technology reached to the point where it could have make a phone with a snake I go through the side. Till technology reached to the point where it could have a Motorola flip. Till technology reached to the point where it could have what you call it, one the BB, BlackBerry. Till technology reached to the point, and then after a while, you just have be a new phone, be a new phone, be a new phone, be a new phone. So when technology reached a particular point in time, that technology now about being able to spur new things within the technology, but for new aspects. So therefore, touch screen came very quick, and camera came very quick, and voice came very quick, but there was a period of time where everything take long. You see what I say? So I just answer some of the questions when me did ask, and the answers when me end up research and get. So what about the vaccine now? Because what we don't do now, if I say COVID exists, why government business, why they not business about the other things? See? And then now why this thing moves so fast? the fact that the thing came fast and it just come is going to mean say it have risk. Greater risk than if it had the benefit of time. That is what we call the long run cost curve. Over time, the cost goes down. What are some of the costs? The risk, the negatives, the repercussions. Over time, those things go down. So therefore, there is a reality that because this thing is new and quick, it might have greater negatives than if it did exist for a long time and never or come up. Everybody understand? What the man them say now is that to understand the vaccine, this is how Raman say now, see? Because remember, so I tell you, say, my doctor now, which is Amlet, said, go and go take the vaccine, see? So I say, all right, take the vaccine. Well, Raman say, Scott, why do I trust Raman? I'm a friend, I'm a brethren, but the man is a doctor with a doctorate in this area. So the man have competence. The man got Harvard, Oxford, he have competence. He come like when me invite a tailor, me not tell him what to do. Me I say, yo, some more of my shirt, some more of my pants, some more of my jacket. He a tailor, me expect him to know what to do. You understand where I come from? When time comes a boom and go, any skilled person, when I'm person I build my house, me I look if it a build good, but at the same time me I left him to do what I do because he's an architect or he's a contractor. So Raman is competent and Raman I'm a brethren. So I start medicine. This is what the man say, yo. Boom. You have your body. God created your body, and so God seek to protect your body by putting systems in place where protect your body. So your body have an army, and it have the ability to recruit new soldiers to your body's army to sustain and maintain your body. You have to understand this part so that we can ask different questions about the vaccine. So what the boss says is that, yo, watch me now. Your body can make an army. And anytime intruders come in to your body as a country then, your body is a country. Intruders come in to try to take over your body either have soldiers ready or can call upon soldiers to go fight these intruders. Now, there is always some little spy where I try to take over your body. And they might try to take over your country. They might try to form a coup. So these guys, they come into your body. And then now, they come in 1 and 2 at a time because they might try undercover. And then they come to now, boom, and call pure people. The rest of them soldiers, them, feed them friends. To come take over your body. If your body of the army ready, when the 2 and 3 come in, your body comes up, kukum pam pam, beat them up, dash them away. But if your body never have the soldiers, it take a little time to train the soldiers. So let us say that your body have some soldier we know to fight knife war. Some long time samurai soldier your body have, see? So your body have some samurai soldier. Now watch a show the samurai, last samurai. Love the show, the last samurai. The last samurai, them are some big bad soldier, whap whap with them cutlass and them sword. Them are some bad soldier. But when them white soldier they come from foreign now with them machine gun, them beat up the samurai them because the samurai them train for fight with sword. They never train for fight with gun. So what happened now? Is that if the samurai them could have run well a little bit and go train for fight with gun, maybe they would have come beat up by the white man them. But so what I say is that your body, if your body have samurai soldiers and gunman come in, gunman are going to beat up your samurai soldiers, and your body are going to naturally tell some of the samurai soldiers to go train, to learn how to deal with the gun people. However, if the whole of them dead off before them can train, This is why I explain, you know, because I'm not a doctor, and I explain that to me. Then you die because, you see, what happens now is that these intruders want to take over your body, and then when these intruders take over your body, they might tell it to do different things than it's supposed to do. So like how this COVID that come now, it want to take over your lungs, and it will tell your lungs, say, yo, you provide new cost and all them things and block it up, and it will tell your lungs to function opposite than how it for function. You pray where me I come from. So, this virgin now come in to come try to take over this country now. See? Take over our body. So, what the doctor say now, that I ask my virgin who is an expert, and me trust him, so therefore him bring me over to this. Him say, yo, here one now. If we give you a vaccine, the vaccine helps your body, see, to create this army, and as soon as these people come in, your body can beat up this army. So, I come meds it now. Basically, the boss I say, yo, hear what is. The CM samurai them. An informer come tell the samurai them, say, yo, some white man a come with some gun in us, so if you don't know how to use gun, white man them a go beat you up. So the samurai them say, hey, that them a do. And so the samurai them go train how to use gun. And the white man them never know, so the samurai them a train how to use gun. So when the white man them come now, and thinks that them have an advantage because them know how to use gun and the samurai only know how to use sword. The samurai have a next set of man who they don't train for use gun, so the gun them a defeat. The white man them will just come. I want if you not understand, you know. See? Because when the man explain it, I saw the man say, you know, see? So the boss comes now and say, here now. We want to give you a head start to have this army so that you don't need a long time to train the army, and so that, you know, dead off by the time the army train. You understand me? So, you imagine now, boom. You have a country when I have no army. And next country say I'm going to invade him. While the country are invading, he might try to train one army. What will happen? The man go over there, boom up the army base, the base something, and so you're going to lose. If you don't lose the entire battle, which means you're dead, you're going to at least lose the first part of the battle, which means you're sick because you never have the soldiers. So the boss say, yo, the vaccine them create the soldiers. So that is just vaccine technology. That's not necessarily this vaccine, that's vaccine technology. So me hear some people say, yo, so okay, alright, why them a give we the virus? Why them a give we the virus? When time we should be fighting the virus? That is a logical question. If you don't want me to get A, but in an attempt to not let me get A, you give me A. That sounds like a madness to me. You understand where I come from? If you tell me, say, yo, banana go kill you, but if you don't make the banana kill you, I go give you a banana. I go come and say, no man, this sound like the brother you plan to kill me for you. See? But what the man say now is that, no, we work it out and say, you know, banana go kill you, but we will give you a piece of banana leaf. And if we give you the banana leaf, that will help make you know, because maybe the banana leaf have some things in the banana, you know. But the banana leaf also don't have some things in the banana. You pray where I come from? So, therefore, they must say, yo, boom, you have a virus. The early stage, because remember, you know, everything improving, you know, so we have the meds that to still. So everything improved. Because remember when we have the big back TV then? And your brother have to go up on top of your roof and turn the antenna, and your father I say, yo, yeah man, it's alright now, and then you come down, you remember that? Now we have picture in picture. Now we cannot watch two screen one time, so everything improved. And remember when we have ladder, and now we have some car way. One time we have a BMW where we can press a button and it's set up for my girl, and press a next button and it's set up for me. But remember when we have ladder, remember the whole way around down Honda Civic 1991? So everything improved. Remember, I done telling you about phone already. See? there was an early technology. Remember the big back computer them? Remember floppy disk? All of them things there. You have to remember them things. Now we are save things in a cloud. Remember me there, you and I do my schoolwork and then the floppy disk will get corroded. Jesus, please, I drop down and dead. So watch me now. The man them comes and say, I hope you not understand what I say, because I broke it down for you as me understand it, you know, for you to make your own decision. The man them say, here and now, the early part of vaccine technology, the man them comes up, boom, and get a vaccine. See? Boom, 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 kill it. And then now, introduce that to you in your body. So basically, the man them see a banana, peel the banana, dash the banana, and give you the skin. So the man them kill this vaccine and then introduce it to you, and then your body start to fight those realities where exist with this virus. So watch out now, this virus coming now as a man where try to take over your country. Some man that try to help you comes and now boom and see the virus and kill it. And then now carry the body come and say, yo, you see the body here? Uno for always look out for the body here. You see how the body look? Anytime you see him and him friend them, boss off them. See? So now the man must say, yo, that is a risky thing, because sometimes suppose we think him dead and him not dead. Maybe him just knock out, you see me? So them say, alright, we now go bother give them that dead one then. This set of one now I say, we want to find an aspect of this virus and then give you something to make you look out for this virus. So this particular brother now, who actually take over our country, our body, our body now as a country. Remember your body are the country, not about Jamaica, not about your body. Him comes and recognize him have a tattoo on him hand. And all of them have a tattoo on him hand. So what them say, yo, you know say, and you will tell the people them to look out that I soldier them now, you know. For the tattoo on him hand, it have a be very influential, because if you look out for him cap, you see the one will go over Cheryl body, him have on a red cap or a blue shoes then, because Raman say cap. You don't want to confuse it. You see the one will go over Cheryl body have on a blue shoes. You see the one will come over Stacy body have on a red shoes. You see the one will come over Kerry body might have on a green shoes. But all of them have on the tattoo upon them hand. So therefore, make meds the tattoo upon them hand. Them are explained to me that that is the reason why even if you catch COVID already, you should still take the vaccine. Because you see, when him invade Stacy country, Stacy say, yo, invade Stacy body. Stacy say, yo, body, walk on, and the body say, yo, some boy there wearing some red shirt. Kill them, kill them. And Stacy get better and Stacy not dead, and all of the red shirt, Stacy I look out for red shirt. When him coming on my body, me say blue pants. I the same man where they have on the blue pants and the red shirt, you know. But my soldier them did a lay down upon them belly and see say blue pants, while Stacy soldier them possibly in a one tree and see say a red shirt. Then our next brother now comes and say, yo, black belt, back, kill everybody black belt. So what I must say is that if you have your antibodies for COVID, you might have an antibody for COVID black belt. Another person may have an antibody for COVID blue pants. Another person might have an antibody for COVID green shirt. But if COVID change him shirt and put on a blue shirt with a blue pants, the blue pants man still protected, but the original man with the fight green shirt no longer protected. It makes sense to me now. It never did make sense to me first. So them I say, yo, if we show you the tattoo and teach your arm if you look out for the tattoo, because the tattoo is the hardest thing for it change. That's why I'm change it from a romance. Because romance say at, you know. But me I say the tattoo, because him can take off him at easy. But you see the tattoo, now can take off easy. So therefore the man I must say, yo, you see, if this man come in with this tattoo, shoot him up, kill him, make sure him dead. See? Make sure him dead. Alright now. So me start to say, yo, okay, but why you don't just get who sick or who old or who have diabetes? Why, if 1% of people are dead, why give 100% of the people the vaccine? If 2% of people are dead, why give 100% of people the vaccine? If 2% of people are dead, I could have recognized and say, oh, you get 10% to capture the 2%, or 20% to capture the 2%. But why you force all of it to take a vaccine that don't prevent you from catching it? The vaccine don't prevent you from catching it. But them say the vaccine help you to not get as sick and not die. So the vaccine don't prevent you from catching COVID. So me and meds and I say, yo, then you should just get who likely for dead, get old people, get sick people, and low we. No, that is because he's a mathematician, he's not a medical scientist. And in a mathematics, we have constant variables. There comes to a defined thing where we say all things are constant in economics. Let's call it ceteris paribus, all things are constant. The problem with them explained to me, Dr. Ascott, is this, yo, the virus does not subscribe to all things remain constant because the virus are trying to survive. So the virus now is trying to find out how them boy find me in a them body when me I try to take over them body. Because remember the virus is a spy, you know. So the virus in my body now, I'm comes up, boom, 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 bust 2 shot off and him get shot in him side. When him a bleed out, some of them transfer to Stacy body and weak out, you know. But if Stacy now look for them while them weak out, them get little time to figure out how the boy Damion find me and bust a shot off of me and I think some of the undercover as a spy. So what happen now, if him get enough time, he might have in a Stacy body, go in a Stacy tattoo parlor and change the tattoo upon him hand. And that them explain say, wall away, I look out for the tattoo. So basically what them say now is that we can't take an individual approach. We have to take a United Nations approach. And the whole will look out for this person. Coming like say, a man comes on over, like I down a Tivoli or down a Arnett Garden. Because I don't really want to say Tivoli and then think of politics. So a gunman down a Arnett Garden, see? Police comes on over, boom, and they pan pursuit of the gunman or the gang. Boom, 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 shoot up some of them injured, some of them run away. The police, them where they are Clarendon, have to be knowledgeable of this gang, be able to identify them and don't allow them to regroup and recoup. And they're saying, if you don't take the vaccine, the time where your body take to build up an army, that virus can then decide to make changes, that will then cause for the others to get sick again. Because he might have covered up him tattoo. So therefore, we are looking out for this man with the tattoo. Boom, 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 bust some shot off of him run away. We there go and cool and say, anyone come back, we know what to do with him. Him go over one party and somebody else who don't have no army, don't know if he look for the tattoo. And changes his tattoo now, and change it from one lizard to one snake. And when him a walk back now, police say, oh, come here. Army say, yo, hold you, let me see your hand. And when him look for him and him see a snake, I say, oh, everything Chris, go through. Because a lizard me I look for. But it's a snake now. But the reason why it's a snake now is because him go over one next part, recover, and say, you know, so the boy them they look for me and the last time and see one lizard. So me I change this lizard into a snake. And that's what them I say is variant. You understand? Now, that is why you might not know, understand, say, children and them people I get recommended for taking. No, I'm against mandatory. Against it. That's like the laziest way. See? Instead of government go door to door, instead of the man them where chat up their mouth, seek to educate people, them want to make a laugh and say you have to do it. No, I'm afraid of them something there because what next? What next am I gonna have to do? So I'm not for mandatory. But my next Dr. Bridging now, Stephen Lafters, again, a Bridging women go up on campus with cook with and them thing there. The dog said to me, say, yo, here what? If children don't get it, then they become the facilitatory host for this brother to go and change his tattoo. And so while the child don't necessarily die, and most of the children are not dead, the facilitation of the mutation I got cause for now this brother have to come with a bigger gun. And he might have come with a nuclear weapon. Can come now with a 16, you know. But now that him come with the 16, and him say, yo, some bad boy over here bust some shot off him. Him come some boom and come back with a AK. And then him say, yo, shot still a bust off of me. Him come say and come back with a missile. Shot a bust off him, him come back with a plane. And then eventually him come back with a one Hiroshima bomb. So if you allow this boy have to go back a train and come back, he might have come back wicked. So they must say, yo, we have to make sure every human being, every country, know this boy and shout off him so him not get no time to change the tattoo. Because if him change the tattoo, we are going to trouble. Because he might have changed the tattoo and the gun. And then it moved from 1% to 9%. He might have changed the gun and then it moved from 1% to 50%. So now they might take a preemptive strike now to create a unconducive environment globally within everybody's country and everybody's body, so that this thing might not be able to change in a way that no longer is resistant from the vaccine. So why am I telling you all of this now? Telling you all of this to say, yo, when we look at the questions that I had, and when I look at the answers that have been provided by the people who I personally trust, I believe that the vaccine is not here to kill off black people. I believe that the vaccine is not here to introduce the Antichrist. When we ask the questions and I get the answers. I understand what Una say now. I understand what Una say, because at the end of the day, people are wicked. Hitler existed, and many negative people have existed in this world, and I mean, the Spanish killed the Indians, and I mean, the hearts of men are wicked. I understand when I say, because the Bible talk about everybody seeking to take this thing and and this might be it. It will look like it. It walk like a duck. Is it a duck? It's reasonable to ask if something will walk like a duck is a duck. But sometimes when you go and do further analysis, it don't talk like a duck. So even though it walk like a duck, if it don't talk like a duck, is it a duck? The final thing that I said to you is that reach out to some man, like even Sprague, when they reach out to, but he never answer. And that man that really not with politician, I understand. You see me, but me they send a message and say, yo, link me. Come here and say, I am asking this question. If it is that the man them want to achieve population control, so that is the objective. I want to have to understand these things. They have objective, strategy, and tactics. The objective is a goal, what you want to achieve. Your strategy is how you plan to achieve it. And your tactics is the specific actions. If some man want to achieve population control, and that's their objective, and their strategy is COVID-19, we really still have to wonder, what is the tactics? Is the tactics to kill us with the vaccine, or is the tactics to make those who don't get the vaccine dead? We have to question that. I don't know the answer, but may I say to you, if they want to control the population, that is their objective. Them introduce COVID-19, that is their strategy. What is their tactics? Is the tactics to introduce COVID and then give you the vaccine and then make you dead? Or is their tactics to introduce COVID-19, knowing you are going to question the vaccine, and then make you dead because you don't take the vaccine. So me now say uno wrong for say some man possibly I try control the population, because I don't trust people again. From them tape me and put it out, I don't trust them. But what if their intention, because them man they, you know, remember them man they rich, based on who say want to take over the world, them man they have whole heap of scientists behind them, not only biological and chemical scientists, but social scientists. People are going to do research and say how people think and how they're likely to act. One of the roles of a social scientist is to be predictive in how people act. So them have some social scientists who are going to find out and say, you know, say if we give them people a vaccine, COVID, them now go want to take the vaccine. What if I that them I do? Because I don't know if you meds the part there, because I meds everything now. What if they analyze, we said, the least informed, the least educated, the poorest people are the ones least likely to take the vaccine, and so therefore, if we want to kill out the poorest people, make we give them the COVID, and then now they will choose to kill themselves by not taking the vaccine. Have you ever asked yourself that question? So, my people, that me I say, I'm saying that when I look at the questions, why the government is so interested in COVID, I think I've explained that. They're interested because COVID has created a nuisance. Why the vaccine comes so fast? I think it comes fast because everybody in the world was looking for the vaccine. Every money in the world was being spent on it. Every scientist was trying to figure that out, whether if it get rich or if it just save people life. When them said to me, why you introduce COVID to stop COVID, them explain to them now introduce COVID. Them introduce an aspect of a part, something where reflect COVID. And so therefore in that reflection, you will be able to fight COVID because you're looking out for all tattoos and not necessarily the person. So anybody with the tattoo, whether it is COVID or not, you will kill it. See? And your natural body don't have those things with the tattoos. When them say why everybody have to get it, I think it's because them don't want no host for the recovery of the virus, because the virus is being spread even while my soldier them are fighting. The virus are seek to survive, he must seek different hosts, he must run away, and so therefore them don't want no facilitator, they want a collective environment that is not conducive to the virus, and that is to prevent mutation of that virus. I know I'm not sure what else are the questions, but those are the ones I perceive. Why I still can't catch it? I think that argument can be understood. The fact that you have an army don't mean other country not invade you. Korea had an army. Japan did try to go over America, go boom up 2 places. So there are many people with an army that the enemy still try to come. And then if everybody army not gonna be as bad, if my army very very bad, I mean as in good, bad in Jamaica style. If me have a gangster army like how Russia and America they have a gangster army, then nobody not in trouble, nobody, everybody just go and look. But if me have a look pop down army like over Afghanistan, Taliban take over in 2 days. So the existence of the army don't stop an invasion. But the existence of the army can resist the invasion. As in, you invade but we win you. You understand? So me understand why you might have still can't catch it. So me no agree, me no disagree, me no vex. There is a shark in the water. And I think only a wicked person will stay upon the line and don't tell people there's a shark. The reason I had this live is because there's a video going around suggesting to be me. It is not me. And I figured it was only right for me to tell you what my truthful opinion is, and for you to go and ask people that you trust what they think and how it can be dealt with. Hope I've answered the questions that you have had. I have now had answers to the questions that I have had, and I've given you those answers that I've found satisfactory, and by extension I'm not making no recommendation. But on the facts that I have found and the answers that I have gotten, I took the vaccine. Respect.
We have reached the end of the video. What wanna gather from everything that Senator Crawford had to say? Wanna get some good information? Wanna feel like right now is the time for you to do your own research on this whole vaccine thing and then decide what you want to do to your body? That is something that I've always been saying when persons ask me that question, you know, because only people always ask me, Unstoppable, what is your take on this vaccine? Have you taken the vaccine? And one thing that I always say, my opinion, no matter, you need to make that decision for yourself. See it? Whether you want to or don't want to. That's your choice, your decision to make. Watch out. Talk to me down below in the comment section. Let me know what is your take on this situation. See it? This has been another one from Unstoppable TV. Like, share, comment, and definitely if this is your first time here and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please consider hitting the subscribe button now. Turn on all notifications. Once you upload a video, you will get notified. No matter what, don't let nobody stop you. I'm unstoppable and I'm out.
Right now you know we unstoppable. Unstoppable.